How do you celebrate one of your best ever days in the Tour de France while your teammate is in the back of an ambulance headed home from the race? That was exactly the situation for the Red Bull Bora team today as they navigated this bittersweet edge of high performance and this reality that many of us as performers have faced where within one team, one person or one side of the team is pure joy, elation, and glory. And then on the other side of the team is agony, defeat, injury, and failure. And this is a really good time for us to visit just what goes into this and how we can productively go through this. When something like this happens, what's important is to work through it. And Remco Evenpoel did really nice in his post-race quote to say that, yeah, this feeling, this win is a little bittersweet because we lost Lipo. And regardless of what the dynamic was in that team, whether there was tension as co-leaders or not, you do not want to ever see your teammate, a guy that you've been living with, working with, leave in the back of an ambulance. And that's some great emotional intelligence and agility from Remco Evenpoel to deliver that. And so the important thing to mention here is that we don't want to diminish anything. So we don't want to numb the agony and the harm and the frustration and the pain that we feel for Florian Lipowitz just to stay on the hype train of the win for fear that it will go away. But we also don't want to undersell and under enjoy and under maximize the win that just happened with Remco because we're too worried about feeling bad for Florian or like we're doing a disservice for him. So ultimately, this involves a lot of emotional agility and being able to really functionally compartmentalize these emotions that we're feeling and really allow ourselves to feel them. So tonight, after the stage, giving some time for some processing of this, for talking it through, for allowing some disappointment to be had for Florian, for checking in on him and really feeling some of the loss for the team that has happened. But at the same time, moving over to Remco and saying, look what this guy just did. Look what we as a team did. And now having the clarity and purpose of knowing that it is all for him as we head into the final week of racing. And this is easier said than done, but it is a hallmark of a high performing, successful team to be able to do this and have this emotional agility and also compartmentalize the empathy and the sympathy for Florian while having the ambition to win and the excitement with Remco. And it's really important that this happens and this takes place and this process is allowed to evolve so that when these guys go out on the open road tomorrow, they are firmly back in the mode of working for their now sole leader, Remco Evenpoel. Those thoughts, the images, the sympathy, the empathy for Florian Lipowitz, the moment to feel that and to live that and to work through that is not in the race. It's after the race. It can be even after the tour is over. But once that kilometer zero happens tomorrow, even from the time they wake up tomorrow, that compartmentalization has to occur and that refocus needs to happen. And this is part of the role of the leadership and the directors in the team. They'll be rallying them, motivating them, hopefully providing an environment to really have this duality where they can sympathize and have some empathy for Florian, but then also switch their focus and also get excited and motivated about this singular focus that they now have for Remco Evenpoel. So this is something that we can all apply to almost all performance environments we lived in. This is common. In any team we exist in, it's often a tale of two stories and often not as extreme and exaggerated as it was for Red Bull Bora today with Remco Evenpoel winning the time trial, Florian Lipowitz leaving in an ambulance. But whether it's a best game ever for one teammate and a worst game ever for another teammate, being able to navigate this, use some emotional agility and compartmentalization is a skill that can serve us all in performance environments. So thanks for joining in with this quick mental takeaway and recap from this stage. Looking forward to dishing out a few more as we get into this intense final week.